Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. I'm a manifestation coach. If you would like to book one-on-one coaching with me, there's a link in the description below. If you want to learn more about manifestation and law of assumption, please check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to talk about rejection, and I woke up this morning. I did brush my teeth. I got my son ready for school, dropped him off, came home and felt inspired to do the video and thought, I'm just not going to get ready and I'm going to do it like this, kind of basically fresh out of bed in a way, because I want to reiterate that you are perfect, whole, and complete and totally good enough just the way you are. You do not have to do more. You don't have to be more. You don't have to try harder. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do your hair and put on your makeup and put on your best fit. You don't have to do any of it to be worthy, to be accepted, to be deserving, to receive love, to receive everything that you want. You're already just the way you are, good enough to have everything that you desire. So yeah, I thought that would be fun. Mostly I was inspired to do it, and I was like, well, I can shower and do all the things and then do it in 40 minutes. Or I can just do it now and add this fun little layer of just, you're good enough just the way you are, even unbrushed and unshowered. So that being said, we're going to talk about rejection and really what rejection is, rejection, and the illusion of it. So as always, I start my videos sort of reinforcing the concept that your entire 3D reality, your whole world that you're aware of, is your state of consciousness being pushed out and reflected back to you. So it's the outpicturing or the projection of your self-concept, your thoughts, assumptions, beliefs, your dominant state of consciousness. These are all just different descriptions of the same thing. Who you are, who you believe yourself to be, what you as God have conditioned and limited yourself through awareness to be. So that being said, rejection can't be real. Rejection, the way it's defined and what we actually think it is, can't exist because our world is us pushed out. Nothing can pull away from us. Nothing can repel us or reject us. The manifestation of rejection comes from the thought, assumption, belief, self-concept, state of consciousness of I'm not enough. We're pushing out I'm not enough for one reason or another, or multiple reasons. Pushing out this idea that I won't be chosen because I don't deserve it, because I'm not good enough and someone else will get it because they're a better fit and they're prettier or they're smarter or whatever. They're more charismatic. They're more athletic. I've heard so many crazy things, and I've thought so many crazy things myself about why someone else would be better for either a relationship or a job or anything, having good health, having abundance, all of that stuff. This pertains to everything, not just your specific person, although I know that is a very important topic and many of you are focused on that, and that's fine too. You get to have what you want. But I want to really drive home the point that even though in your 3D reality, if your specific person says to you, I never want to see you again, we would define that as rejection. They rejected me. But that is the manifestation. That is the way your subconscious manifested and provided for you the evidence of your assumptions that you're not enough. That's all that is. It's your subconscious always delivering exactly what you've ordered. So if you want to overcome rejection, first, and I don't mean first and then, like we're doing this all together. It's all a process. Every day you're going to do some of these things. But I want you to first acknowledge when you're feeling that way, what it really is. This is me repelling this. This is me rejecting myself through the illusion of somebody else. That's all it is. You've created an illusion of separation, and then through your negative thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs about yourself not being enough, you've manifested this thing that you believe is separate from you to confirm what you have assumed. That's all it is. It's confirming your assumptions about yourself. It's saying, yep, you're right. I don't want you. You're not enough. But there is nothing outside of you that cannot want you, because there's nothing outside of you. It's all a reflection. It's all coming from you. You're pushing it all out. So I want you to start pointing it out when you begin to feel that way. When you begin to imagine your current circumstances or past circumstances from the perspective of, I'm not enough, I'm being rejected, I want you to point it out to yourself and start acknowledging, oh, this is just a perception I'm holding. This is just the manifestation of an assumption I've been carrying around, of beliefs I've believed to be true but aren't, that I can change. And then I want you to start practicing to think from the version of you that knows you're more than enough. And for many of you, that might look like just starting with the question, what will it be like when? Or what would it be like to always feel like I was enough? How will I feel knowing that I'm enough? How will I think? How will people treat me? What types of conversations will I be having? What types of experiences will I be having? Or am I having? You don't have to put it in a future tense. You can put it in present tense. You also don't have to put it in present tense. That part really doesn't matter. It's about you're learning to poke this part of you that already knows you're more than enough. You're learning to connect with it. You're learning to just kind of familiarize yourself with it, right? It's like you're putting on a new pair of shoes and they don't quite fit, and you're just going to keep walking around in them until they break in. It's like you just got a new hairstyle and you're not sure how you feel about it yet, but the more you play with it and the more you look at it, the more comfortable you get with it. At first, it's not going to make sense, and it might not feel familiar, and you might not even have an answer or an idea of what that version of you feels and what that version thinks and how that version behaves. But don't stop asking the question, because that is what your subconscious will be responding to. It will come up with the answers for you. You will find yourself in a very short time after practicing being able to start describing this life, this version, this reality, this outcome in great detail. So don't give up, stick with it, even if it feels unfamiliar. The other part is revise any old memories that you have that are validating or reinforcing this concept that you were rejected because you're not enough. Anything that you are remembering from the self-concept of not being chosen, I want you to revise. And when you revise it, you want to reimagine it from the concept of you were chosen, and reimagine it loop, 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 loop until you feel the feeling of satisfaction. Okay? This is where you're giving yourself the ability to change your state of consciousness. You're using the power. You're being the operant power. You're showing up as the operant power and saying, I'm going to choose to reimagine this way because it serves me. And that's me practicing a new self-concept. That's me connecting with a new self-concept. That's me becoming the version of me that was chosen, that is chosen, that does know they're enough. So point it out to yourself. Recognize when and where you are perceiving or imagining your reality as rejection, as you not being enough, and identify it and say, this is me manifesting this experience. I'm pushing out limiting beliefs about myself. I don't have to do that. How do I want to feel instead? And then get in that. Saturate yourself with that. Script about it, affirm about it, visualize about it, practice inner conversations about it, nurture yourself about it. Really bring yourself into that state. You know, this was something that I struggled with for decades. Like decades. The dominant assumption that I wasn't enough controlled my whole life, like completely. And for a long time, I was affirming, I'm enough, I'm always chosen. And I was, repeating, affirming, scripting. I was doing that so much, but things weren't changing. Things would come in, but then I would lose them. Things would come in and I would go right into thoughts of, this isn't going to last. This doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel real. I don't think I can trust it. I don't really believe in it. Being that old self-concept. And then I revised years, decades of memories, and everything flowed in. Like everything started to shift drastically and amazingly. And while I still remember the memories as I initially remembered them, I feel like I'm remembering someone else's life if I think about it. The revised version, the reimagined version became more prominent and more powerful. It gave me what I needed. It gave me exactly what I needed, and it was enough. And from there, it helped me move forward with my direction of aim. It helped me move forward and become the version of myself that I wanted to be and start feeling comfortable in the life that I was manifesting for myself and just letting it happen and letting it be on autopilot. And that's not to say that I don't sometimes still practice bringing myself back to the complete self-concept, but it's so much easier now. I'm so much more detached from fear, anxiety. These things just don't happen anymore. Like the intense emotions, not happening. The spiraling, definitely not happening. Intrusive thoughts, nope, no more. So really practice it. And ultimately, I believe that the manifestation of rejection comes from non-acceptance of self. Everyone's you pushed out. So if you're in your reality experiencing people not choosing you, whether it's for relationship, career, finances, anything, if even health is a form, I think, can be a form of non-acceptance of self. It's non-acceptance that you're perfect just the way you are. It's saying that for some reason there's something wrong with me and something needs to be wrong with me. And so practice reaffirming and reminding yourself that you are perfect just the way you are. And people get worried about doing that because they think, well, if there's areas of me or things about me that I really do want to change, and if I affirm that I'm perfect, then I'm just going to be okay staying the way I am. And that's absolutely not true. As you continue to accept and affirm for your perfection, you will, in your 3D, you will physically morph into your ideal perfection. Does that make sense? Your ideal form of perfection. I forgot a word. You will morph into that. That's what you will become. You won't stay physically or even mentally the same and just be okay with it. You'll turn into what your ideal is. And so, and this isn't just for physical things, but also like if you feel like you want to be more patient or more conscientious or considerate or like any of these, characteristics about yourself as well, like resisting them and thinking they're a problem and wishing it would change and thinking something's wrong with you because you're impatient or because you don't look the way you want to look, that's just going to make that bigger. And it's going to keep you in that state of consciousness that there's something wrong with you. And you'll keep manifesting these results in your face to validate that. So as you practice acceptance of yourself, accept and love the way you look, accept and love your personality and the way you talk and the way you show up and the way you interact with the people in your life, accept it all. Love yourself through it. Reaffirm that you are perfect, that you are whole and complete. Keep reminding yourself that you are God. And all of these ideas about who you are in this 3D world are just conditions you've put on yourself. They're just limitations you've put on consciousness, and it's manifesting. So practicing self-acceptance is huge and will definitely get you into a reality where you start manifesting the acceptance around you. You'll start manifesting people being magnetized towards you, wanting to talk to you everywhere you go, always saying positive things to you, always showing up, whether it's through social media or through text messages, phone calls, or out in the real world. Like, your life will change as you change. And again, it's not like change, there's something wrong with you. It's change this idea that there's something wrong with you. Change the assumption that you're a problem that needs to be fixed. You're amazing. You are perfect. You are love. You are acceptance. You are wealth. You are abundance. You are health. You are, you are fulfillment. You are all of it. Like, you are everything. You're perfect just the way you are. So, I recorded this video before this video, and my new mic wasn't set up the right way. I didn't set it up the right way. And I feel like that one was better. So I might post both of them and just be like, whatever, the sound sucks, but here it is anyway. Now I'm fucking